说中文
ChinesePod, ChinesePod, ChinesePod. That's the way to learn Chinese. ChinesePod, ChinesePod, ChinesePod. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello, Ellies. This is ChinesePod. We have another lesson for you in spoken Mandarin all the way from Shanghai. My name is Ken.
And I'm Jenny.
And as usual, Jenny, I imagine you're going to tell us something about this lesson.
We have some uncooked food today.
Uncooked raw food.
Yes, we have something that's extra fresh.
Yes.
And lively.
Yes, yeah. I think this is fairly common in China, actually, to eat this particular, well, not to eat it raw, but to, let's say, to see it raw on the table. So we won't give you too many clues because it's relatively easy.
Yeah. But I think we can preview the word for today's food item.
Okay.
虾
Xia. As in?
First tone, meaning shrimp.
Shrimp.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we've given the game away to a certain extent. But anyway, so let's listen. The dialogue, I think, is fairly quick, but it's quite naturalistic, I guess. So let's listen 3 times and then we'll come back and we find out what happens to this shrimp.
好的。对话第1遍。
来一份醉虾。
好的，你的醉虾来了。
啊，老板，这个不能吃。
能吃，放心吧。
哎呀，没熟，你看它在动。
就是这样的。啊！
第2遍。
来一份醉虾。
好的，你的醉虾来了。
啊，老板，这个不能吃。
能吃，放心吧。
哎呀，没熟，你看它在动。
就是这样的。啊！
第3遍。
来一份醉虾。
好的，你的醉虾来了。
啊，老板，这个不能吃。
能吃，放心吧。
哎呀，没熟，你看它在动。
就是这样的。啊！
Ken, have you ever had those?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think you could avoid having those at some point in China. I mean, it's just so common, right? But it is a little bit shocking when you see it for the first time.
Yes.
It is. Whatever. You just, I don't know, the way it's done.
Yeah.
So let's translate it now just to make sure that everybody gets the idea here.
好，来一份醉虾。
Can you give us one portion of drunken shrimp?
来一份醉虾。
I want to order the drunken shrimp.
来一份醉虾。好的，你的醉虾来了。
Okay, here's your drunken shrimp.
好的，你的醉虾来了。
Okay, here's your drunken shrimp.
好的，你的醉虾来了。啊，老板，这个不能吃。
Oh, 老板, I can't eat this.
啊，老板，这个不能吃。
Boss, this is not edible.
啊，老板，这个不能吃。能吃，放心吧。
Of course you can eat them. Don't worry about it.
能吃，放心吧。
You can eat them. Relax.
能吃，放心吧。没熟，你看，它在动。
They're still raw. Look, they're moving.
没熟，你看，它在动。
They're not properly cooked. Take a look. They're still moving.
没熟，你看，它在动。就是这样的。
Well, that's how it's done.
就是这样的，
It's supposed to be that way.
就是这样的。
Yeah, I recall the first time I saw this dish. The shrimp arrive and they're sort of wriggling about, and
Yeah.
it's
They're jumping around.
they're jumping. Just tell us briefly before we get into the details. Yeah, tell us about this for somebody who kind of what is this drunken shrimp dish?
Well, it's fresh shrimp
Yeah.
served in alcohol
Yeah.
and seasoning. So the point is the shrimps, they are drunk or desensitized from the alcohol.
Yeah.
So they're actually not dead.
Yeah.
When it's served.
Yeah.
And you will see some of them still jumping around and some of them are like sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
I find that quite shocking. And I used to love them when I was a child.
Yeah.
But yeah, after I matured, I just
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to eat them again.
Yeah. Yeah, and so just to be clear, Jenny, right? So I've seen it. What happens is the waiter brings this pot, puts it on the table, and there's always a glass top on it because you have to be able to see this stuff.
And also it prevents the shrimp from jumping out.
That's right, because they're wriggling and jumping and whatever. Now, those things are not cooked at all, or do they cook it at all?
No.
So they're
So we eat it raw.
It's raw.
Yeah, it's like sashimi.
okay, and but they've been sort of briefly marinated or soaked in
Soaked
this
in
alcohol.
alcohol.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it is. No more comments from me on that one. But anyway.
Now let's look at the language.
Okay,
How about that?
yeah.
And of course, when you want to order something in a restaurant,
Yeah.
you often say 来一份，来一份醉虾。
So 来一份 literally meaning come one portion, if you were to translate it word for word. And then the expression for drunken shrimp is
醉虾，醉虾。
so the 虾 of course mean the shrimp and the 醉
醉
meaning drunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you've had too much to drink and
Yeah.
you're drunk, you can
Yeah.
say 我醉了，
醉了.
我醉了。
Yeah. When the waiter or waitress brings it, of course they'll say
好的，你的醉虾来了，你的醉虾来了。
Lila is just the expression when they bring in it. And then in English, they might say, here you are, or whatever it is. But in Chinese, they say Lila. Good. Now, the guy calls out for the boss, otherwise known as the
老板，
老板.
老板，这个不能吃。老板，这个不能吃。
Yeah, 不能吃. I mean, this cannot be eaten
Yes.
kind of thing. Cannot eat this.
It's not edible.
It's not edible. I'm not able to eat this for
Yeah.
some reason. Yeah. 能, as in the verb to be able to do something.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Now, the 老板 doesn't agree because she says,
能吃，放心吧。能吃，放心吧。
so the negative for, cannot be eaten, I cannot eat this was,
不能吃，不能吃。
but the 老板, of course, is saying,
能吃，
能吃,
能
you
吃。
can eat it.
Yes.
And so this expression also, relax, take it easy, or don't worry, is,
放心吧，放心。
now, 放心, fourth and first tone literally means
To put your heart.
to put your
Down.
heart. Yeah, as in to calm down
Yes.
or relax. Yeah. But it's not cooked.
没熟，没熟。
So this 熟 is a second tone, right?
Yes. Second tone, 熟
熟,
meaning cooked
cooked.
or ripe.
Yeah. But in this case, it's not cooked.
没熟，
没熟.
没熟。
There you go.
So actually, you can use this word to describe either food that you need to cook
Yeah.
or fruit, 水果
Yeah.
没熟。
Good. He also says, take a look. It's moving.
你看它在动，你看它在动。
Now, in English, you'd probably be more likely to say they are moving. They're moving. And in Chinese, you could say 他们. Yeah. And so it's moving.
它在动，它在动。
Dong, fourth tone, as in the verb
To move，
to move. Yeah, he's moving. It's moving kind of thing. Yeah.
它在动，
Yes. So the boss is saying, well, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
就是这样的，就是这样的。
就是 meaning, yeah, that's it.
When you're emphasizing,
Yeah,
it's the way it should be.
yeah.
就是这样的。
就是这样的. Yeah, what's the big surprise here? Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Let's listen to that 3 more times.
Welcome back to another installment of ChinesePod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does ChinesePod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, ChinesePod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
对话第一遍。
来一份醉虾。
好的。你的醉虾来了。
啊，老板，这个不能吃。
能吃，放心吧。
哎呀，没熟，你看它在动。
就是这样的。
啊！
第二遍。
来一份醉虾。
好的。你的醉虾来了。
啊，老板，这个不能吃。
能吃，放心吧。
哎呀，没熟，你看它在动。
就是这样的。
啊！
第三遍。
来一份醉虾。
好的。你的醉虾来了。
啊，老板，这个不能吃。
能吃，放心吧。
哎呀，没熟，你看它在动。
就是这样的。
啊！
The drunken shrimp dish, is it particular to some region or more common to some region, or is it?
Yeah, I think it's more common in Shanghai and the surrounding regions of Shanghai.
Yeah, probably because the shrimp and the sea and all of that kind of stuff. And when was the last time you had it, Jenny?
15 years ago, I guess. Yeah. And actually, I think right after SARS,
Yeah.
there was a regulation in China banning the consumption of live animals.
Yeah.
Because they were worried animals were passing on diseases to humans.
Yeah.
So a lot of restaurants stopped serving 醉虾. And now, still, you don't really find it in
Not as
every
much as
Shanghainese-
before, but you can still get it. Yeah, but not perhaps as much as before. Well, maybe that's a good thing then. Yeah. Okay, well, we hope that lesson was useful. We will be back, of course, tomorrow with another lesson. But right now, it's time to say
再见.
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.ChinesePod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
1257.
So just go to www.ChinesePod.com/1257 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.ChinesePod.com/1257.